Hey there, Saints. Pastor Dave here with another weekly devotion for you this Wednesday. Hope you're doing well today. I'm going to start with a quick meditation from David Kuntz's Quiet Mind. This is about learning to stop. I'm struck by how seldom some company builders consider the question of what to stop doing. Jim Collins. Jim Collins wrote an article in Inc. magazine titled Pulling the Plug. His idea is that if you want to make room for all those new projects, then you better stop one thing you're doing right now. Because it'll be disastrous if you don't. There's only so much time, only so much can fit into it. It seems so hard for us to end things, to close a business, to stop volunteering, to close up shop, to shut down a church, to end a program, to discontinue a tradition, to quit a service. Our usual decision is not to end one thing and add another, but to keep doing the one thing and add to it the other. It gets us into big trouble. In his article, Collins gives a personal example. In my left hand, War and Peace. In my right, the TV clicker. And TV usually won out, he explains, so he clarified his priority and jettisoned the TV. His reading productivity soared. Ask yourself at the beginning of any new activity or program, as you start any new assignment or responsibility, do I need to stop doing something in order to do this? And more important, is there anything I can in fact stop doing in order to do this? If so, what? Do you want to begin a half-hour exercise program? What half-hour activity will you end? Want to spend a couple hours each week reading? Are there 2 hours available? Where can you pull the plug? Saints, this is such a tough question and such a good question. It's an important thing for us to think about in our time management, in the way that we schedule our days and our responsibilities. Every time we add something new, something else is going to have to be taken away. I know you've heard this before. You only have 24 hours in any given day. There is no way to add hours to the day. And so anytime that you start to invest time into a new thing, that means you're going to stop investing that time in whatever it had been invested in before. If you want to pick up a new hobby, if you want to start a new service project, if you want to put more time into a specific relationship, those are all good goals to have, but you have to think intentionally and deliberately about how you're going to make time for them, because you are going to take that time away from something else. And often, we don't think deliberately about that. And so it ends up that we start taking time from projects that we don't have time to take from, or from responsibilities that we didn't mean to shortchange. But it just happens because we haven't intentionally thought through how we're going to plan out the time that we need to do all the things that we want and intend to do. It happens with the church as well, doesn't it? When we add programs and add new services and add all sorts of new opportunities that we want to be able to offer to people. We want the church to have many ways for people to connect and to grow in faith, and sometimes we just get caught up in that, here's a great idea, let's make it happen, and we don't think about, well, what are people already engaged in, and what are they going to be able to give up or let go of in order to do that. We think that it won't happen, but it does. Everything that we add requires something else to be taken away, and if it's not done on purpose, it will fall away unintentionally. Saints, during COVID, I think that we noticed, or we all experienced, a big pullback in activity in all aspects of our lives, right? We didn't have all these things to go and do all the time. We didn't have even the option of going and doing. And so all these responsibilities were taken away, and some people actually found that to be a great big relief. Some people felt like, finally, I've got time. I don't feel like I'm pulled in so many directions all at once. And when those restrictions started loosening up and activities started coming back into our schedules, I don't think a lot of us thought very deliberately about which ones we would allow and which ones we would push back against. I think things just started piling back up on our plates like they always do, until we got back to the point where we feel scattered and overburdened. But what if we took some time, maybe this week, and thought specifically about where we are investing the best of our effort and intention? And is that really what we want to give the best of ourselves to? If we want to add something new to our lives, to our schedules, what are we going to take away? Saints, that's your devotion this week. I hope it's something helpful and worth thinking about for you. I hope you are doing well and staying healthy, and I'll be praying for you. Please keep praying for me, and I will see y'all again soon. Take care, Saints.